Hi, can you guys hear me? I'm sorry, I just got kicked off.
Yeah,
My
I got
internet.
kicked out too. Said somebody started a meeting or something.
Yeah, my internet has been fluctuating a lot today. Yeah. Yeah, I'm not seeing Nadine. Hi, Wallace. Thank you for joining us today.
Hey, greetings, no problem.
Wallace, oh man. What's
Hey,
up, brother?
Warren, man.
I was gonna call you, bro.
Yeah, no problem. Good to see you. Listen, I just sent you an email with some tricks and tips re security on video conferencing, so that you might find that useful.
Okay, but you know what I was calling you about? I was gonna call you about.
Yes, no problem. So we're on again this year.
Yep.
Keep up the good work, my friend.
Oh, you too, brother. You too.
All right.
All right. So, yeah, Gavin, I'd like to plug the next First Fridays if that's possible at some point in time.
Absolutely, absolutely,
Right.
absolutely. I don't expect anything different.
And Gavin, you and I gotta talk after, man.
I was hoping we could have, talked before.
No, man, I
listen,
found a picture last night from like almost 10, 15 years ago. You at my house.
are you kidding me?
I ain't kidding, brother.
Who's okay, well, we talk afterwards. We'll talk afterwards. Man, small world indeed.
Oh, bro, man.
Small world indeed.
Mm-hmm.
Where did Lady Nadine go to? I hope she's not having trouble getting on. Small world indeed.
Yeah.
Man, I've been reading your bio and finding all sorts of information about you online and LinkedIn. And I'll tell you something, man, the more I speak with individuals like yourselves, not just on this platform, but in general, the more I'm like, yes, I'm right where I need to be,
Yeah, well, it's a two-way street, man, because I came across some stuff on you too, man, so.
Oh, really? Well, for the purpose of this medium, let's keep it up all about Warren.
Keep it professional.
Yeah, let's keep it about Warren. We could talk about all that stuff afterwards.
All right, sounds good.
I see Nadine is back. Nadine, can you hear us? Always glad.
Hi, Gavin. Good morning, Warren.
There you are. Hi, Nadine.
Here I am. I was having a little bit of a challenge getting on. Good to see you guys.
See you too.
Good to see you too. Yeah, for some
Warren,
reason.
I think I drove by your house yesterday. I think is your summer car out? Was it on the street last week?
No, it's in the garage.
Oh, okay. So I guess it wasn't.
Well, there's another one in my neighborhood.
Oh yeah, because I saw one and I thought it was yours.
Oh yeah.
Very nice car.
Yeah. Not sure we're gonna be able to have the top down this summer, but we'll see.
Of course, you should always take it out at least for one day.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. We'll get there. I'm sure by June it'll be sunny.
Yeah.
All right, it's 12 o'clock.
It's 12 o'clock. I did invite a few other people. I guess they're running a little bit. Oh, here we go. Welcome, Conroy. Thanks for joining us today. You're just in time. We're just about to begin. Okay, so once again, everyone, thank you so much for joining our call. We're gonna get started. Welcome to the BBPA's Ask a Professional. This is the 5th installment in the series. Okay, so we started this about 2 weeks ago. Okay, now the BBPA supports Black businesses and professionals across the GTA. Ask a Professional is a BBPA series providing ongoing dialogue and consultation with business experts in a wide range of fields. Business owners will have the opportunity to have specific relevant questions answered about the business concerns by various proven industry professionals, and learn from the questions posted by others in the business community. Whether you're an established business owner or if you're considering launching a startup, this series is gives you the opportunity to equip yourself with the tools and the know-how that will bring you success, okay? The BBPA is here to help the Black business community in the respective niches, and the series will facilitate open discussions that are applicable to a wide range of industries. Now, if I can ask everyone who's here, I have to repost, but if you could please post your questions in the chat area of this room, and I will gladly call you to ask your questions. And if you can, well, I see everyone is on mute. If you could keep yourselves on mute, or if you can raise your hands, I will gladly call on you to ask your question. Okay, so today we have Mr. Warren Salmon, the President and CEO of Blackboard International and First Fridays. He's also the president of the Ontario Alliance of Black Schools Educators. Warren is an experienced social entrepreneur, nonprofit leader, and chief executive officer of a demonstrated history, with a demonstrated history of working in the education, event planning, and software industries. Skilled in negotiation, business planning, sales, market research, software development, and management. He's a strong business and nonprofit development professional, and he has a Doctor of Philosophy in Humane Letters. Warren, once again, welcome, and thanks again for being here. Could you please say a few things about yourself to get the ball rolling?
I want us to do the round of applause. Gavin, we need what is it called? A little thing that does the applause. Rah-rah.
Applause received.
Yeah.
Well, Gavin, thank you for that introduction. It's an honor and a pleasure to be here. So I wanted to thank you and Nadine for the invitation and for facilitating this, this series of online events during these challenging times. So thank you.
Thank you again for taking the time to be here. If I may ask, could you, I know I missed, based on what I saw online about you and our past conversations, I know that I missed a lot of things in the intro.
Well, you kind of got it in a nutshell, but actually First Fridays, through First Fridays, we partnered with the BBPA over the last couple of years, and actually even, over the last couple of decades, we've worked on things. And, prior to this outbreak, we'd been hosting First Fridays at the BBPA on occasion for the most part. And so that was part of the partnership. And, it's really, by doing so, we're able to leverage our mutual networks to, create an even larger network. So, teamwork makes the dream work. So,
absolutely. Yeah. So, if I may ask, let's get the ball rolling a little bit.
Sure.
I know that you have a habit of being modest. I don't want you to be modest today. Okay, I really don't. But let me start off. So based on your experience in business and online networking, I'm curious about some of the adjustments that you've made to your business strategies,
Right.
especially, you know, since the COVID-19 pandemic.
Right. So, well, I guess one of the biggest adjustments was with First Fridays because, you know, actually we started in 1994, and I've never missed a month, you know, since that time. So, you know, June will be 26 years. And, you know, when all this, with the outbreak, when all this occurred, we were definitely concerned about, you know, missing an event. So, had to adapt and create a virtual First Fridays, which was launched on April 3rd through Zoom. And so that was, you know, that was one large adjustment. And so we're just we're going to keep on track. The next First Fridays will be happening on May the 1st on Zoom, and I'll talk about that a bit further. So that's been one major adjustment. You know, you mentioned my software company, Blackboard International, which provides a line of educational Afrocentric software, primarily for the K-12 market, but also, you know, something that parents can use, you know, and or can get for their kids in the home. So, you know, actually there's been an increase in interest for the software as well, both locally and internationally. So that's something else that's been keeping me, you know, quite busy as well. So yeah, it's been actually, I can't remember when I've been this busy. and for me, I actually work from home. So it's kind of somewhat normal, you know, in terms of being at home. But it's just been seems like I've got some big piles of work that I've been, you know, working on.
Right. Okay. And now, if you can just, for the sake of the listeners who are not sure what First Fridays is,
Mm-hmm.
could you say a little bit about what it is and, you
Sure.
know, how you do things, please?
Sure. Yeah. So First Fridays, it's a monthly networking event on the first Friday every month for entrepreneurs, professionals, nonprofit organizations, corporations, you know, members of the community. And every month we have a different theme, and we showcase, you know, we have presentations around the theme. So April was actually our branding and marketing. We had a couple of presenters who focused on that, and we also had some COVID-19 focused presentations as well. And so we started off with the presentations. Following that, so usually if it's a face-to-face, we would network at the beginning, you know, have some nice hors d'oeuvres and drinks and stuff, and, you know, encourage everybody to network. And then we would start the presentations, and we have a set number of presenters who are pre-planned, but then we also open up the floor and allow for some 1-minute commercials. And that's for an opportunity for someone who has a business or event or anything that they like to share with the audience to, you know, have the floor for a minute. So we were able to do that with the virtual First Fridays as well. We did that at the end, and we're able to open up the floor and had a number of, you know, great 1-minute commercials as well. So, you know, actually going virtual and going online really opens things up to a wider audience, you know. So we had people there from not only the GTA, but Canada and the US as well. And we actually ended up at the tail end, we had a DJ. His brother from Tennessee, who was actually a DJ from one of the Housewives of Atlanta. He was DJ Stroll the Pearl. Used to be an Argonaut quarterback. So that was a nice way of you know, wrapping it up. We also had Ross from one of the board members from the BBPA who also presented, and who I see is on the call. Hey, Ross.
Yeah, he's here. Hey,
Yeah.
Ross.
So he was also one of our presenters. So that's yeah, just, you know, and we also do some events as well. We do a few other events. You know, we were looking forward to having some boat cruises this summer, but it's not looking too promising.
Right.
And I don't know if we can do a virtual boat cruise. So
well, you could have the music at least.
everybody can sit in their bathtub or something.
Oh man. Okay, so we do have our first question from Nadine. Nadine, can you go ahead, please? Nadine?
Yeah, I'm here. Can you hear me now?
Yep.
Yes.
Yeah. Thanks also for being here, Warren. So in respect to your virtual First Fridays, and we sort of heard just now how that went, which is great. But do you think this will be a format that you will continue on going forward? That's part A. And then the spirit of First Fridays is to connect in person and have that face-to-face impact. And so we've all loved that sort of human contact and the warm and fuzzy of First Fridays. That's one of the things everybody talks about. So how will that change in the future?
So, yeah, thing about virtual, you know, going virtual really opens up a lot of doors. So we've actually just posted it on YouTube, and we're going to consider, you know, going live, you know, maybe simultaneously on Zoom and Facebook and possibly Instagram. So I'm still kind of, you know, playing around with it, and we'll be, you know, making some decisions about how it might tie in the future. So that's still kind of a work in progress to see, you know, when things do get back to normal, to decide on the virtual side of things and the best way to tie it in.
Are you still there, Warren?
I'm still here.
Oh, okay.
Thank
I
you.
thought you got cut off.
Yeah.
Okay,
Thanks for that,
so
Warren.
But Nadine, I want to once again thank you for, you know, for partnering with First Fridays and for all of your support. You know, it is greatly appreciated. And you know, it's always a pleasure working with you and
yeah, thanks. And you know, Warren, I want to say as well, it is always a pleasure working with you. And at every First Fridays when I stand up to speak, I always say the platform is great because networking or getting to know individuals is such a big part of it, because people do business with who we know. And so your platform is very important for the Black business community, because it allows us to network and meet other people, and then to get up and your 1-minute openers are brilliant, because it allows individuals to practice their elevator pitch and just to share who they are. And I've seen individuals who, you know, they don't know how to public speak, or they're really brilliant. And I've seen some really great breakthroughs that happens at First Fridays. And so you're doing a great job. An absolutely great job, and we're thrilled to be a partner. So thank you as well.
Oh, thank you.
wonderful. Thank you, Nadine. And our next question is coming from Ross. Ross, can you go ahead, please?
Yeah, thank you. Thank you, Gavin. Thanks also, Warren, for doing this today. I had a question around, I mean, you just mentioned you work from home and you've been working from home, and also doing a lot of networking through First Fridays. What can business people do through online networking now, because this is our new, to move our businesses forward, since we can't meet prospective clients and other business partners in person? Do you have any idea around that?
Yeah, so I'd say that, you know, there's really a couple ways of looking at online networking. Definitely there's the social media platforms. I mean, I think LinkedIn is really, when it comes to business, is the king, and it offers so many great features for entrepreneurs. On the, you know, I'd say on the networking side, on the connecting with potential customers, definitely some of the other social media networks that offer great opportunities, you know, like Facebook or Instagram. So it really kind of depends on what type of business you have. So that's, I'd say one type of online networking that's available. And then there's things like this, like, online networking events that, whether you use Zoom or one of the other platforms, but it really widens the reach, because now, anyone in the world can tap in. And so, I think for businesses, we got to start thinking, globally and, beyond not just locally, especially with this technology. It really opens up the doors to reach a lot more people on a wider scale and regionally, just definitely gives a wider reach. So, and in addition to that, just the regular, having your website if you don't already have one, and those types of online platforms that businesses should be tapping into.
Thanks for that.
No problem.
Okay, thank you for the question, Ross, and great answer, Warren. Well, that actually was one of the questions that I had here for you, Warren. Recently, I've been speaking with some business owners, many of whom don't have websites. They don't even have email addresses. What advice would you offer to business owners like these who don't, whether they don't know how or if they can't get online? What would you say?
I'd say they have to. They don't have much choice if they want to survive in this day and age. Everyone's the world is online, and it's going to just open up their business to a wider audience, and also it also will help in terms of how people can find their business and access their business. Whether it's using their people using their phones to find businesses or using the net, but you don't want to be left behind. So well, as business owners definitely need to do what they need to do to get online, and it's there's people out there who can help with that if they don't have the in-house expertise, and they can even just do some things on social media as well, which is pretty straightforward. But one way or the other, they definitely need to be online.
Okay. All right. Are there any other questions from anyone else at this point? Hi, Debbie. Thanks for joining us. I see we have a few people here. Debbie, Melissa. Does anyone have any questions? Okay. Okay, so another point I wanted to touch on, Warren. Now, your software, as you mentioned earlier, you're working with kids. You're reaching kids in a broader scope, and you did mention that platform would also be reaching adults as well.
Right.
Could you go a little bit into depth in terms of how your platforms or how being online and communicating online and so on works for schools right now? As you know, a lot of schools have rolled out online learning now. My son is actually upstairs right now doing that.
Right.
How do you think that will play into society going forward during this time and even after COVID?
Right. So, well, the software actually, is it okay if I share my screen or?
Absolutely.
Okay. All right. So let me okay. So you see that okay?
Yeah.
Okay. So yeah, this is the software, the Ashware Afrocentric software. So we feature 10 programs for K through 12, or about age 3 to actually most adults can learn from the software. So we have programs in these different areas: alphabet, numbers, careers, geography, history, language arts, math, music, science, social studies. That's being used in schools in, you know, actually throughout the world. It's been mostly North America, the Caribbean, Europe, and parts of Africa. But the programs focus on contributions of people of African descent, both ancient and modern, because there's not a lot of content, you know, with culturally inclusive content actually, you know, it's mostly European, Eurocentric content that you find in schools, you know, internationally as well. So this is something that's can be integrated and matched with the curriculum. So it can be used all year round to teach the curriculum. It's more a supplemental, but it's really focused on building motivation, self-esteem, you know, knowledge and understanding. And it's actually for all students, not just students of African descent.
Right.
And so these are, you know, these are some of the different school districts who are using it. And, you know, so now with this, what's going on with COVID-19, the schools are turning to online resources and for the distant learning. So, you know, we're trying to make sure that they do have curriculum that is more culturally inclusive, and this is you know, what Blackboard International offers. So it's you know, and it's downloadable as well, so it's easy to deliver, and you know, it's very simple and straightforward in terms of the usage of it.
That's beautiful, man. Congratulations. This is awesome.
Oh, thank you.
I'm so proud of the work that you've been doing and continue to do.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah, so this is a great presentation as well. See, and that's the thing, that, as you said before, using the online medium, whether it's social media, whether it's something as simple as an email, is important. And I do agree, you know, because I've been doing the same thing. At this point, I'd like to ask if anyone else has any questions yet. No? Okay, so my next question is, I'd like you, well, it's not really a question. I'd like you to talk about your growth. Now, I know you've been doing First Fridays. I want to go back to that. You've been doing First Fridays, I think I saw, for 28 years, or was it 29?
Well, it'll be 26 years in June, will be 26.
26.
Yes.
So I'd like you to talk about your growth in general,
Right.
when you started and up to now, and how you've been able to use your technology and experience in technology to grow into what you now are.
Right, right. So, you know, actually the technology has changed very rapidly over the years. When initially started, you know, we used to make like about 1,000 phone calls, you know, leading up to the event. And then we started, you know, doing snail mail. And because when we started, there was no email, there was no websites, no social media. So, you know, actually, when email came around, it was, you know, a godsend, because just meant we didn't have to process, you know, a couple of thousand letters every month, and also took the cost down. And you know, and then with social media as well, just really wanting to reach and help to grow the database. So, you know, our database right now with direct contacts between email and social media stuff is in, you know, the tens of thousands. And so that's, you know, definitely been one area of growth. And we've also actually partnered with, there's also a network of First Fridays. So I first came across First Friday.
Are you still there, Warren?
Yes, I'm still here. Can you hear me? Can you guys hear me okay? Okay.
Are you still there, Warren?
I'm still here. Can you hear me?
Oh, I'm sorry. Yes, yeah, the internet is messing around again.
Okay. Yeah, sorry about that. So yeah, so really able to, you know, grow the grow the reach. And as I mentioned, initially started in the U.S. and we actually have partnered with some other First Fridays, mostly in mostly in the U.S. We've worked on different events over the years. We've had different sponsors who have sponsored multiple First Fridays. And then this year, we actually launched First Fridays in Brampton, in the Peel region, in partnership with the Canadian Black Chamber of Commerce and Mr. Ryan Knight from the Afro-Caribbean Business Network. And we were actually set to launch in some other cities as well prior to the outbreak. So that's been put on hold, but so it's definitely been an opportunity to grow. But now that we're under this state of affairs, we'll look at how we can still grow it virtually as well.
Nice, congratulations. I'm again, man. I love that. You're constantly pushing to adapt to what's going on around you, and of course that leads me to another question. But before I ask my question, does anyone else have any questions at this point in time for Warren? No? All right. So Warren, I'm curious about what motivates you. Can you tell me, because I know that you work with a team of professionals.
Right.
What keeps you motivated to do what you're doing?
Well, I guess there's different motivation factors with First Fridays. It's one day a month, kind of a way of gathering the community and somewhat giving back. So it's only one day out of the month. I mean, it does take, as you know, it takes a lot longer, more energy to coordinate things. But I think if we can just come together at least once a month, that's something that I take pride in, and it's kind of my way of trying to give back to the community and help provide some support to entrepreneurs, professionals, and other folks in the community. So that's a motivating factor with that. And I find that at First Fridays you meet such great people. I mean, we're really bombarded with a lot of negative images and stories about our community, but when you come to First Fridays and hear different things that people are doing. It's very, very motivating and uplifting. And, you know, you always meet great people. So I have to say that's what motivates me when it comes to First Fridays. With respect to the software, well, you know, just, you know, I'm sure we all grew up not really knowing about our history, or if we did hear about our history, it often started with slavery. And, you know, we didn't learn about the great contributions of people of African descent, you know, over the years, you know, both ancient, you know, when you look at things like foundations of math, you know, science, you know, language arts, so and civilization itself. So much of it is part of our history, but it's like it's been hidden from us, and so, and I think it is actually the fact that we are not really taught our own history manifests itself in different ways. So, you know, I'm motivated to help, you know, let people know and spread the word about just a lot of positive things that are part of our history and culture, you know, both ancient and current as well. So,
Right.
yeah, I think it's still, you know, when it comes to education, we're still being underserved. I mean, you know, one of the things that, you know, so I'm also with the Ontario Alliance of Black School Educators, and, you know, the Ministry of Ontario, the Ministry of Education just did a review of the Peel District School Board and, you know, found blatant examples of anti-Black racism from, you know, rampant throughout the system, the school system. And it really affects our children, our students in such a negative way, you know, whether it's being overly suspended or, you know, having higher dropout rates. And, you know, just systemically, there are just a huge imbalance, and we're still not being treated fairly. And, you know, so there's a lot of work to be done to really help our students meet their full potential. So it's really has been an uphill battle, you know. So that report was just released about a month ago. You know, there's also a report from about 30 years ago, the Stephen Lewis report. He did a report on race relations in Ontario and had similar findings, you know, from 30 years ago. So it's like things haven't changed. If anything, they might have even gotten worse in some ways. So, you know, just recognizing that, seeing that just is, you know, motivates me to try and work to address that and you know, with the team and with the community to try and work to change that so that things aren't the same in another 30 years.
And all of those points that you just made, those are very important points.
Mm-hmm.
I do have another question from a listener on the line right now.
Okay.
So the question is, what questions should someone ask during networking events?
Okay. So with networking events, there's a number of things to keep in mind. So you don't really want to go in there and just try and sell, you know, whatever you're trying to sell. It's more about, you know, building relationships, getting to know people. And it's kind of like karma. So you want to really see how you can help people, you know, find out what they're into or what they might be looking for. And if you can't help them, then maybe you know somebody in your network who would be a good fit. So it's really trying to give, you know, you give into the network to, you know, what you give will come back to you. You know, and you know, you have to be strategic as well when it comes to networking. So, you know, there's different types of networks. You know, there's BBPA is a network. You know, First Fridays is a network. There's online networks like LinkedIn and Facebook. So you really should be mindful of, you know, what you're, and strategic in terms of, you know, the type of networking that you'd like to do, what, you know, and what your goals are, and the network that you like to really tap into. So those are some things to really keep in mind. And also you want to manage your time, so you can work the room, so to speak. And it's also good to have maybe a 1 minute or 2 minute kind of elevator pitch to share with people that you meet there. And after you do meet people, it's good to follow up with them, and to offer advice or support, or again, if you connect them with other folks as well, and hopefully that will be reciprocated. So those are some things to keep in mind.
In your opinion, are those tough things to do? Like, if once you approach someone,
Right,
to start up a relationship,
mm-hmm.
Do you think that in a lot of cases people are either shy or afraid to do such?
Well, I think it depends. I think that I find at First Fridays it's very laid back, and it's people are very, very approachable, and sometimes we need to we have some games and stuff to try and almost encourage people to network. So it kind of helps to break the ice. One of the things we do is when people come in, they get a ticket, and then with a numbered ticket, and we'll stagger the tickets so that multiple people have the same ticket number, and then we'll ask them to try and find their matching ticket number. So that kind of motivates them to go around the room and interact with different people.
Perfect.
But as Nadine has said, not everyone is versed on public speaking, but I'd say people are often their own worst critic, because most people I find will get up there and will do a very good job in terms of interacting with the audience and speaking at the platform.
Perfect. Wonderful. And so our next question that we have here comes from Dana. Dana, can you go ahead, please, with your question? Hi, Dana, can you hear me? Okay, I'm not sure if Dana is shy, but
Sorry.
okay, there she is. There she is.
Trying to switch my screens back.
Okay.
Hi, Dana.
Hi, Warren. Thank you so much for joining us this afternoon.
My pleasure.
My question for you is, how do you go about finding a mentor when starting your business?
Right. So I'd say a lot of it can be done through word of mouth. That's one way. Just like, that's why networking is very important. 80% of jobs are found through word of mouth and through networking. But there's also things like, LinkedIn, which, can really help you to really focus on connecting with people who are in a similar field or same type of business. And, so I'd say that's another good way. There is also some organizations that focus on mentorship.
Okay.
Yeah.
What are those organizations? Do you know any offhand?
I can't remember any offhand. I could probably get back to you on that. But
Sure.
I mean, just naturally, I'd say, like the BBPA and First Fridays are, some networks that you could tap into to help to connect with a mentor. I mean, it's a bit, I'd say, less formal with us, but there are other
Okay.
organizations where it's a bit more formal.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you.
No problem. Thank you.
Well, Dana, if I may say, on top of what Warren just said, I'm glad that he mentioned BBPA, but we do have a mentorship program we will be rolling out very soon, on top of all the other programs that we're putting out right now.
Okay,
So
that's great.
that was an awesome question. I'm glad you're putting us on the spot. So
Thank you.
that just tells me that people like yourself are out there, and you need programs like what we're offering or trying to offer. So
For
thanks
sure.
again
For sure.
for putting us on the spot there.
Okay, thank you.
All right. Are there any other questions from anyone? No? All right. Well, at this point, Warren, if you can, please, if you could start wrapping up, is there anything else that you wanted to say in closing?
Yeah, actually, I just wanted to share some details on the next First Fridays. Let me just share the screen. Which is our annual, it's called our Get Your Big Idea Funded. So it's kind of like a Dragon's Den or a Shark Tank, where we have people apply to be able to pitch their business idea to a panel of quote unquote dragons or sharks. And so that's coming up online on Friday, May the 1st. And so we are open for applications for people who want to pitch their ideas. We're also looking for dragons or any high net individuals who would like to look to invest, in potential business opportunities. And we'll also be identifying different sources of funding that are available, for entrepreneurs, and also, there's also some funding sources available for nonprofits as well, or social entrepreneurs. So those are some of the things that we'll be talking about. You can visit our website, firstfridays.ca, for more details on that. And again, that will be a Zoom platform that we'll be using for that as well. So.
And this is May 1st, you said?
Yeah, Friday, May the 1st. Yeah.
Perfect.
Mm-hmm.
No, I actually had a conversation with someone earlier this week, and I'm also curious. So you'll also be talking about funding for new startups as well?
Yes. Mm-hmm.
Okay, perfect.
Yeah.
All right. Okay, so that's First Fridays. Anything else that you think we did not touch on that you'd like to bring out to the public?
I think that's about all that comes to mind offhand. But
okay.
It's great that again, to see that the BBPA is hosting this platform, and it's really honored to have been invited to participate in it. So you guys keep up the great work, and if there's anything we can do to support, just please let us know. And in terms of connecting and networking with anyone who's listening, my contact is on our website, firstfridays.ca, or I'm also on social media, LinkedIn, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, etc. So love to always love to connect with folks, and we really need to see how we can support each other. I think
Absolutely.
that's what it's all about.
Absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
Ross, Nadine, any questions from you guys?
No, just Warren, thank you very much for your time, for your partnership, for your friendship, and just for always being there. Great job. You've left with some fantastic tips, and we would love to have you back again, another time, and we look forward to more of this. Over to you, Ross.
Thank you.
Ross, any closing comments?
Yeah, just saying thank you to Warren for jumping on and doing this. We will be putting together more of these sessions, so please look out for those invites. And hopefully, our goal is to to arm our community with as much information as possible for them to move their business and their professional lives ahead. So thanks again, Warren, and have a good day, everybody.
All right, thank you.
Thank you, Ross. Okay, if there are no other questions from anyone. Oh, okay, it looks as if we do have a question coming in. Just give me one moment to bring it up. Okay, that was from Dana. Thank you so much, Dana, for your questions and for participating. And I think that we've covered a lot today. We've heard a lot of valuable information from Warren about the importance of being online and having an online presence, whether it's through email, websites, or even communicating back and forth. That was a great question from Dana about networking and asking questions, which is, I think, something that a lot of us need to be able to get over the fear of doing things like that. Would you agree, Warren?
Yeah, definitely. And Gavin, you've been a great host, so I wanted to give it up to Gavin as well.
Man, this is about you, Warren. I don't. This can't be about me at all. Right. So on behalf of the BBPA and the board of directors, we'd like to thank our guest speaker, Warren Salmon, once again. Thanks also to the attendees today. And we do acknowledge that your participation is duly noted. And we think that is very important to be able to communicate like this, to bring our community together. The BBPA is here to support you. We advocate for Black businesses throughout Canada, and we believe in all of you. And we're here to contribute every day as much as we can. Visit our website and all of our social media pages on LinkedIn, Facebook, Instagram. And I also invite you to, as Warren said, visit his website. It's called firstfridays.ca. Warren, can you please remind me?
Yeah, that's right. Firstfridays.ca.
Firstfridays.ca. And, you know, if you please feel free, as Warren said, reach out to any one of us. If you have any questions, if you have any concerns, if you have any ideas, if you just want to communicate and build a relationship, if you're interested in becoming a member of any one of the organizations that we're associated with, please feel free to do that. My name is Gavin Skerritt once again, and thanks again for being here. Have a good day, everyone.
Thanks, Gavin. Thank you.
Thank you. Take care. Bye-bye. Have a great day, everybody.
Bye-bye.
Thanks. Bye.